The prepositions we've encountered so far have been those which govern the accusative case. In point of fact, the vast majority of Latin prepositions govern the accusative, including, as a rule of thumb, all those to do with motion towards. A handful of prepositions, however, govern the ablative case, and that includes these on the board in front of you. Hopefully you will remember that the endings of the ablative are A in the singular and IS in the plural. These include, again as a rule of thumb, those to do with motion away from and location. Now there are a couple of minor irregularities within this list. Firstly, you may have noticed that away from and out of have two different options, R and ab, E and X. Ab and X come before vowels, the letter H and the letter S, while A and E come before all other consonants. So away from the waves, a wave in Latin is an under, which begins with a vowel, so we're going to say ab, and then under in the ablative plural, undis. Whereas out of the crowd is turba, beginning with a consonant, so it's going to be turba. Another potential point of confusion is over the word with. Number 3 here is an example of the so-called ablative of instrument, carrying out an action with some sort of inanimate object. And it's formed just by using the ablative case by itself. Hastar, with a spear. Number 4, however, is the ablative of accompaniment. This time, we're carrying out some sort of action with a person. We're not physically using the queen to do something. We're carrying out an action with or alongside her. And that requires the preposition cum, meaning with, followed by the ablative case, cum regina. The remaining words on the list operate much as we would expect. Under the water, sub aqua, like of course a submarine, and about the poet, de poeta. One final point to note is that words like in can take either the accusative or the ablative, depending on whether they have a sense of motion. So in with the accusative, motion into or onto, whereas in with the ablative is location, in or on. The same can sometimes apply to sub and super.